And so I want to tell a story about Adam and what it means to be Adam, Adam. Adam is from the word Adama, which is earth. So we're made from the earth, so to speak, but we're also a spirit. And how do we connect to that spirit within us? How do we make sure that we're a spirited Adam, a spirited human being, and not just something made of dirt, so to speak? So there was one village guy, one farmer, who didn't have children for many years. And he went with his wife to the Maggid of Koznitz, the holy master of Koznitz, to ask him to pray for them to have children. And he blessed them, and his blessing was, it came to truth, and they had a child. But not long went by before the child became very ill, and they decided to go back to the Maggid and ask him for another blessing. And while the husband went to the Maggid to get another blessing, the wife was sitting by the crib crying and praying all day long. And one time when she fell asleep next to the crib, and when she woke up, she saw this soldier standing by the crib feeding the baby with a spoon of something, like holding like this some kind of a big jar and holding a big spoon and feeding the baby with this spoon. And it seemed so weird. She wasn't sure if she was dreaming and was it true or not. But anyway, right after that incident, like she started screaming and the soldier ran away. But right after, the child became started getting stronger until he became completely well again. So they went to the Magi to ask him, what was that all about? Who's that crazy guy who was standing by their baby's crib? And the Maggid says to them, don't worry, it's nothing bad. There's nothing bad to it. It's not a demon, it's not a witch, it's a real thing, everything is okay. But deep inside of him, the Maggid knew that there was an issue there. So the Maggid had amazing superpowers. So he called his assistant and he said, like that, my cane, my walking cane, go get it. Go to the cemetery and go to this particular grave of this particular soldier and bang on the grave and say to that soldier that he must come and see me. So the assistant went to the grave, banged on the grave, told the guy the rabbi wanted to see him, and the rabbi comes to the soldier comes to the rabbi, and the Maggid of Koznitz tells him, "Who appointed you to be a pediatrician?" So he says, "Let me tell you a story. When I'm a Jew, and when I did what I did, and by my deeds, I had to go into the army. My life took me to get into the army because I became like a not such great person. I became a thief. My only way to get away with life was to become a soldier. But in the army, I became even less and less Jewish, less and less um, devoted to Hashem and to my human beings' duties and to my Jewish duties. And at some point, the only thing that was Jewish about me, that it said in my ID that I was Jewish, but there was nothing Jewish about me. And one time I was traveling with a group of soldiers, and we came across this beggar, a Jewish beggar, who was going from one place to another. And the soldiers I was with decided to be really brutal. They surrounded the guy and took away and searched him and found 75 rubles and took it away from the guy. And they were afraid that he would go and tell the commander, the incident. So they decided to hang him up, basically kill him. They hung him up on the tree. And but at that point, when they hung him up on the tree, I was like, no, this is as far as I go into not being a human being. And my Jewish, spark had awakened. And I ran back. I told him I have to go back for a minute. I went back. I released him, and I stayed a bit there. And he ran away. But then these, my friends, my soldier friends, got to the commander, and the commander was counting them all. And when it came to, they said Shimon, whatever, like Arik, Avram, whatever. And when it came to say my name, there was nobody to say, I'm here. So the commander asked, where is so and so? And they said, well, he probably was behind somewhere. He'll be here soon. But the commander wasn't happy with that. So he said, please go and get him. And they went and they found me by the tree. And they realized I released the guy. So, oh, and I forgot to say, he had in his pocket 75 rubles too. So before, when he released him, he actually gave him the 75 rubles that the other people stole from him. And it was like so miraculous that he had the exact same 75 rubles. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and they realized that I released him, so they hung up me up on the tree, and I left the world. And
for no reason.
Because they were afraid that he was going to snitch on them.
No, I mean the whole thing began for no reason.
Yeah,
killed an innocent beggar.
Right. Anyway, one sin leads to another, as the Mishnah says, a good deed. What is the reward for a good deed? Another good deed. And what is the reward for a bad deed? Another bad deed.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Right. So anyway, they buried me in Koznitz. And when I came in front of the heavenly court, they said to me, okay, obviously we can't put you in Gan Eden because your whole life you were a sinner. But we also can't put you in Gehenna because you saved a soul. And when you save a soul, it's like it's like as if you created the whole world. You didn't just create one human being because maybe that person went and had children and grandchildren and whatever. You created a whole world, right? So, and I gave my heart and soul for it. So they said that from now on, I will have the ability to rescue children, to heal children. And they gave me the ability in heaven to rescue children. So this story was told by a Rebbe called Rabbi Yechiel Meir from Gastinin. And yeah, so it's like the deepest thing. And another story that goes along with that too. So in the Maggid of Koznitz, there was one butcher. His name was Isaac. And when he was young, there was like a rumor about him that he wasn't exactly doing good things. And he died at a pretty young age. And after a few weeks from his death, they came to they came to invite him to the court, to the heavenly court, and and they wanted to like revive him because